Hello and welcome to This Week. In the third week of April, we're covering a game, a movie, an anime, a soundtrack, and one of my favorite wrestlers. At the top of our list is Resident Evil. Now you would think that that's the game on the list, but actually that's our movie. You see, the Resident Evil movies, these movies used to come on Spike TV all the time. Spike TV, Cinemark, HBO, they'd play at like 2 a.m. Especially this, the fourth one, Resident Evil Afterlife, for whatever reason. Me and my dad have probably seen that movie like 20 times. And anyway, these movies, they're goofy as hell, and I think that the crew behind these movies realized that about 3 movies in. Specifically this scene right here where this guy's about to die and he just starts smoking a joint. That's not really what you think about when it comes to Resident Evil. As the movies go on, this story becomes so ludicrous, and it often just boils down to Alice lost god powers. She gets her god powers back, and then she kills everybody. And they're such a good time to watch with friends. I mean, look, I'm not ashamed. I'm gonna admit I've probably watched these movies like 3 times each. You know, if you're stuck inside right now, I'd say perfect time to watch it. Number 4 on our list is The Witcher. Witcher 1, it's an older game from '08, and it's a little janky, but as Jim Sterling has said in the past, jank generally means love. It shows ambition, and I love me an ambitious game. I was introduced to The Witcher while staying at a cousin's house, and it was way too hard for me, but I was too young. And it's funny because the gameplay is actually really easy if you were to play it now, and it's one of the game's biggest shortcomings. However, one of its greatest strengths is its amazing quest writing, something the series would become known for when The Witcher 3 hit it big. One of my favorites is the main quest of the game's first area, a tale of distrust and fear between an overzealous village priest and a shady shaman trying to live her life away from the world. When you're forced to pick a side in this affair as tensions come to a head, you're not given all of the facts, and in life we almost never are. You have to make decisions early and trust our gut, and we might later find out if we made the right call or not. Sometimes we'll never know. No matter whose side you take in this feud, blood will be spilled, morality will be put to the side, and the truth will never make it out. If you want to expand your horizons and see the origins of what is one of the most well-regarded RPGs, this is a good place to start. Number 3 on the list is Gintama. This is a long-running anime that's really only on my radar because it sits on the top of my anime list in like 10 different spots. This show's about a world where aliens have taken over the Earth during the feudal Japan period, and Earth's defenders, the last samurai, were defeated and are now banned from bearing their blades. Now you wouldn't know that because this is mostly a comedy show, and what it reminds me the most of is those episodes in JoJo Part 3 where the crew was just going through Egypt having their little adventures. And if you like that, I'd say give the show a shot. You know, it's not a binge show, it's pretty long anyway. It's the kind of show that you just throw an episode on, maybe every day, maybe another episode, but you keep it kind of slow. I'm liking it so far anyway. Number 2 on our list, I have a secret. I've never played a Persona game. I dig it. I dig it from afar. When Persona 5 came out, I loved the soundtrack like everyone did, and I checked out that kind of crappy anime and stopped because it was really boring, but it had style and grace, and it kept that. I couldn't help but admire that from afar. After being impressed with Persona 5 soundtrack, I went back in time. Can you believe that I went back in time to 2008? Obama just won the election, Blu-ray had beat HD DVD, and Persona 4 had just hit the market. Persona 4's soundtrack bounces from pop to rock to even this, I would almost call choir music. And if you think of a soundtrack for something like, say, God of War or The Witcher, great soundtracks, but very consistent in their tone. And that's what I really like about Persona 4's soundtrack, is it doesn't really seem to be worried about, is our instrumentation the same on all our tracks? Do we stick to a particular theme? It has fun. Shit, man. In 2020, a lot of games are just scared to have fun. A lot of soundtracks are scared to have fun. And definitely check this out if you like new sounds from older times. And number 1, lastly, we end on one of the WWE's greatest mistakes, the failure to capitalize on Rusev. Rusev is one of those wrestlers who's almost built for the WWE. He isn't the greatest wrestler. He's never going to wrestle a 5-star match. But he could get himself over like a star, no matter what. My earliest memory of Rusev is him with this damn fish. And later we would see him rebrand himself and his friends as Rusev Day, which would become a rallying cry for fans who felt that he wasn't being given his fair shake. Once he succeeded in getting that popular, he wasn't rewarded with a title run or a main event feud. He was simply pushed aside and forced to start over. Fast forward to now, where he was feuding with Bobby Lashley in this cuckold feud that honestly was only getting good because of Rusev's intensity and his ability to make himself relatable. People sympathize with Rusev. That's crazy, right? Most of us aren't wrestlers or 6 feet tall behemoths, but we all know what it feels like to be overlooked, and we can't help but dream about the day that we show the world what it missed out on. And that made Rusev so damn likable, because that's what he did every week, and he put his heart into it. Even so, it either wasn't enough for the WWE, or Rusev was fed up with the games. And so he was released from the company amongst the corona epidemic. And knowing Rusev, the man will do so much more than simply bounce back when this blows over. He will overcome. Keep your eye out for this guy. I'm going to end with this clip.
Bartholomew, come in here right now. Got a lot of issues with Mr. McElroy, the banker. He's been issuing some challenges. How do you respond to this blowhard?
Yep.